What is going on, guys? Welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man as voted by Alec Baldwin. Go ahead and give me a hell yeah in the chat if you are here live. We are starting this podcast, an hour and 20 minutes late? That's what I like to see. Usually we do this podcast, I say usually, but we don't ever do it on time. Usually every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. Shout out to Vorge, Sharky, Love My Toe, OG Mickey, Love Rain, iBook Boy, Ron Stomp, Infamy, Julie Fett, King Eth, Diamond, and whoever else might be in here lurking. I woke up a little bit late today, and to be honest, I was not in that bad of a mood until exactly 30 seconds before the podcast started. And you know what? Maybe I was just looking for a reason to be in a bad mood. I was looking for a phone charger that never moves, and I still have no idea where it is. I have two fast charging iPhone things, and now I only have one. So that's cool. It went from 2 to 1. So I have half as many of that thing that I had before. That's great. It's been maybe an eventful week, I guess, for me. But before we talk about me, let's talk about the news. Alec Baldwin killed somebody. That son of a bitch. And it reads, Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin. What kind of stupid ass name is Alec? Just name your kid Alex and be normal. Alec Baldwin speaks out after shooting incident on movie set leaves woman dead. All right, let's read. A female crew member has died and another injured following an accident involving a prop firearm on the New Mexico set of the film Rust, according to law enforcement. Now, I keep reading over and over again that it says prop gun, prop firearm, prop gun. I have a feeling it was just a real gun. Like, 2 people are injured. 1 person was shot, 2 people injured. I'm going to go ahead and say it was not a prop firearm. It was just a firearm. But who knows? Like, a prop firearm would be a gun that can't fire. Or maybe one where, bullets can't go in it. Can't even shoot blanks. Because in that, I would say maybe a real gun using a prop bullet. Oh, whoops. Prop firearm, man. Or does prop just mean, whenever I hear prop, I think it means fake, right? But now that I think about it, if you're using a prop for your comedy routine, like a rubber chicken or a plunger, you're not using a fake plunger. I don't know. Why are we saying prop? Maybe they're trying to save, Alec Baldwin here. And they keep saying prop firearm. You just used a gun and you shot somebody on accident, right? Also, I've read, and I haven't done much research into this because I pretty much just woke up. I've read that even if you're shooting blanks in a gun, it can still really hurt somebody close range. Maybe even long range, now that we're reading about it. Let's go ahead and continue. The female victim was identified as director of photography, Helena Hutchins. Alec and Helena. My God. She was transported to the hospital via helicopter and pronounced dead. Sorry. The other victim, 48-year-old director Joel Souza, was transported to someplace by ambulance for care. His condition is not released. Alec Baldwin told TMZ, "There are, quote, no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Helena Hutchins, a wife, mother, and deeply admired colleague of ours. I'm fully cooperating with the police investigation to address how this tragedy occurred." Yet, you did it. You know exactly how it occurred. You pointed a gun at somebody and fired it. Oops. Whoopsies. Whoopsie daisies. Okay, I wrote on the Discord today that this is just going to be this is going to be a push for gun regulation because, man, this guy's on a movie set, the safest place you could be with a gun that's not even shooting real bullets. and somebody still died. So imagine how bad real guns are. That's what I imagine is going to come from this. Maybe we could just imagine how dumb Alec Baldwin is. Rather than make this a gun debate, maybe we can make this an Alec Baldwin how stupid debate. This dumb or this dumb? I mean, that's what I'm thinking of. They always say, what's the number one rule of guns, right? They say, well, there's two, I guess, right? Point in a safe direction and always act like every gun's loaded, right? Something like that. Okay, this fool ignored everything, and his excuse is going to be, well, I didn't fucking know. Well, you're dumb. So now we know that you're dumb. No need to continue filming the movie. Now we can do a Netflix documentary on how dumb is Alec Baldwin. Now, let's continue. Quote, according to investigators, it appears that the scene being filmed involved the use of a prop firearm when it was discharged. Detectives are investigating how and what type of projectile was discharged. The incident happened Thursday at 1:50 local time on the set of a Western film. Blah, 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 blah. Now, I read another article this morning, and I was half asleep. I was still in bed, but it said that half of the crew had walked out because they were all annoyed that they had to, driving to the set was a long way and their hotel rooms weren't paid for or something. And whatever it was, there was some type of little mini strike going on. Something about everyone, they were unhappy with their working conditions. So I'm wondering if maybe since half the employees walked off, maybe it was some type of argument. Although I also read that they were rehearsing a scene. Even if you're rehearsing the scene, you still don't want to shoot your friend. I don't know, man. I think the guy's just fucking dumb. That's all this article has to say. I'm sure by the time this podcast hits YouTube, there will be a lot more information. But right now, that's all we got. Next news article. This one made me really angry just looking at it earlier today, and I'm still angry looking at this piece of shit right now. So, on October 4th, this guy walked his dog through a parking lot, public, plain view, everyone could see, walked his dog and hung it from a fence. And the dog died. And now that I read this article, there's a few more details that I did not know, and they make me even more angry. So let's read. According to court records, Carlos Fonseca, 29, was taken into custody on Tuesday. His next court hearing is scheduled for Monday. He's charged with 4 counts of willful or malicious torturing, maiming, or killing a dog, cat, or other animal. The manager of Dylan's Double Deuce called police and animal control as a witness to Fonseca allegedly hanging a dog named Lady from a fence. Wow. So someone watched him do it. The dog got loose from the fence where she was hanged multiple times. Each time, the suspect allegedly grabbed her and put her back. On the 4th attempt, the dog died. Then this guy just walked away. Police searched the area, thinking he lived nearby, and confirmed he had the dog in his care prior to the incident. They found surveillance footage. That shit came out on October 11th. The following day, Fonseca abruptly left work, claiming a family emergency. Police then contacted his girlfriend, a housekeeper at Caesar's Palace. She told police they lived together and had recently fought. She said they owned a Japanese Tosa and confirmed their dog was the one in the surveillance videos. She said when the dog disappeared from their home, quote, she did not ask questions, but assumed that Carlos had returned the dog to the original owner because they wanted a different dog. Now, here's the thing. If it takes you 4 times to hang a dog and you're trying to kill your dog and someone calls police and the police don't show up, obviously this guy's a piece of shit, but it makes me really concerned that police could have potentially saved this dog's life. I feel like when you call the police, if I would have said officer down, officer involved fucking issue, a police officer's being hung right now, there would be 150 police cars within 45 seconds. But For some reason, like they don't make any money investigating a dead dog, so they're probably out, hold on, we'll let the dead dog continue to be dead while we go out and give people parking tickets. So, like, obviously, I don't know that's what really happened, but the fact that this guy was able to take his sweet time killing his dog in the middle of, like, a public setting with cars going by and witnesses and somebody calling police, and he had to kill his dog 4 times and then calmly walk away, I'm like, wow, dude. Now, you know what my new motto is going to be? Lie to police. Whenever you need cops to be there quickly, fucking lie. Because if they're going to just not fucking care about shit like this, time to start lying. Everything that ever happens should be a fucking dead cop issue. You guys should maybe, like, just try to show up. I know this because I had a chick try to break into my house, and she continued to try to break into my house for 4 straight hours, making a shitload of noise. And then on the 5th hour, a cop showed up. Thank you, sir. If it would have been a bit of a stronger woman or like a man, you would have just showed up to a dead body. I guess that'd be more convenient, right? Like, if this person would have gained entrance to my house, who knows, officer? So now it's time. Like, now we've reached the time. Cops have decided to not give a fuck about anything. Time to every small issue, like if my driveway's blocked by a street sweeper. Oh, I just saw a cop die. Quick, come over here. Like I'm gonna make you motherfuckers start caring. Obviously I'm exaggerating a little bit. Plus, I don't know what really happened here, but it bothers me that I don't know. It bothers me that that this happened on October fucking 4th, and it took 18 days to catch this guy, even though there's a surveillance footage and you called the cops when this happened. Like, no, like, what a surprise that fucking criminals can get away with anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way, but the dog is dead. And also, the girlfriend who just got home and just said, oh, we no longer have a dog. Okay, I guess I'll just continue my life. I think she should go to jail too. I said this earlier. You should go to jail. Because, quote, she said, I did not ask questions. I assumed that Carlos had returned the dog to the original owner because we wanted a different dog. Okay, go to jail. Time to go to jail. Learn how to ask questions. Now that there's a dead dog, you go to jail. Here, I'll write a little booklet for you called How to Ask Questions When Your Dog's Missing. Like, okay. And then you read that about 150,000 times. And then in 90 days, I'll see you when you get out. And maybe you can demonstrate asking a question or two about a missing fucking animal. I just, now that I'm a dog owner, I can't fucking imagine. Like, these people being allowed to exist. It's disgusting. Anyways, that's all I got for, that's all I got for the news. It's funny. I almost been like, that's all I got for the podcast. Have a great night, guys. No, we got more. I got a whole list of topics, but they are going to be a little bit quick. So last week was my friend DC's birthday. He said, hey, let's go out and let's do something out of the ordinary. Let's get crazy. I only have one birthday a year. And he kind of shares his birthday weekend with Nick G, but Nick G just had a baby, so he couldn't come out. So we go to this bar kind of across town. This would have been last Friday, called Parkway Tavern. It's a really it's where the youngsters go, I guess. Like, you go in there, it's like 200 people. Everyone's like playing beer pong, partying, drinking. There's a DJ. There's like a little bowling alley in the side. There's sports everywhere. They serve food. There's there's tables everywhere. There's a lot of things. There's giant dartboards and fun little drinking games. There's all this fun stuff going on. We show up there, we're like, damn, this is awesome. But before I get there, I'm driving behind DC. DC's 2 cars in front of me. We're getting off the freeway, and I see a cloud of dust. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, somebody must have peeled out. I get up there, and I see, oh, no, it's not just a cloud of dust. A car has driven off the road into the middle section and ran over, like, 2 street signs, right? Like a street sign, like a stop sign or something. And I'm looking at it, and I see DC pull over, which kind of surprised me because I would have thought he'd be the kind of guy that just keep going. So I pull over too. You know, I look out, I roll down my window. I'm like, hey, you guys okay? They say we're good. They hop out. They grab the sign, which is like stuck to their car. They rip it off. They throw it in the dirt. And then they keep driving. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. So I pull into the bar. I get in there. I meet up with DC. I'm like, hey, dude, wouldn't that be crazy if these dudes just got in a car accident and then just went to the bar and started drinking? He's like, yeah, that'd be a trip, wouldn't it? So anyways, I go in there. I leave my mask in the car, so I have to go back and get my mask. I come back. I see a cop at the front door. And they're talking about the accident. I was like, hey, dude, I saw that accident. I was like 4 cars behind. That shit was crazy. Like, what happened? And they're like, oh, that car's in this parking lot. It's right there. Whoever was driving that car is in this bar. And I was like, I fucking knew it. I knew it. And then he was like, what'd they look like? And I was like, oh, fuck. God damn it. Now I fucked up. So, of course, I snitched on those fools. I pointed them out. No, I'm kidding. I just said, hey, it was 2 white boys. And they're like, what were they wearing? I was like, man, I don't remember. Then I went in, and the rest is history. No, I fucking ran in there. I grabbed the dude. I said, this is the guy. This is the guy. This is the guy. And then the cops proceeded to take 5 hours to walk across the bar. And by that time, the guy had hung himself. I'm joking. What the fuck? Fucking cops, man. I'm not going to forget that fucking story now. Man. That's annoying, but it was a good time. Great birthday party. I was really far from home, so obviously, you know, can't really have that much fun. Had 2 drinks, fucking played my $20, and then left kind of early. But it was actually a really stressful night because those guys stayed. Those guys stayed at the bar. I went home. I'm sleeping. Then my fucking front door slams open. These fools come in all drunk, yelling. I'm like sleeping all night. The dog's barking. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Don't you guys have your own fucking house to go to? Jesus Christ. I wake up. I go drink a beer. I'm like, man, I was so happy sleeping. At least I got a little nap. And then, of course, those guys fucking stayed over till like 5 in the morning, fucking yelling, arguing about God knows what. And it was a great birthday. It was a great birthday. Round 2 tonight, I think. We're going to do another birthday, man. But I was having such a peaceful sleep. And I don't know, the story of them they hit the sign and then pulled in. I think it's funny that I psychically predicted that, but also, if you're drunk driving in that area, you're probably going to that bar because it's like the most poppin' bar. Love My Toe says, did you not lock your door or did they have a key? I didn't lock my door because I knew that they were going to be super fucked up. So I just said, hey, listen, if you guys get too fucked up, just come sleep on the couch. So I knew that they were coming. Plus, I have a million guns. So if it was not them, it would have went different. or I would have got killed. Who knows? Either way. Speaking of sleep, I've been having these crazy dreams, man. I ran out of my weed vape, so I've been back on the melatonin, man. And when you're back on the melatonin, fuck, the dreams are flowing. I had a dream, bro, where I don't remember who it was, but I was across town and we decided to go on a helicopter tour, and then Cardi B was like the helicopter pilot, so you know that bitch can't drive for shit. Helicopter's all fucked up. Halfway through, I realized my seatbelt's not on. I'm like slipping out of the helicopter. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, I'm about to die. Get my seatbelt on. This bitch said, and I'm like, fuck, dude, we're all gonna die. And then like the helicopter's all fucked. I'm trying to see like the skate park from the helicopter. I can't find it. Anyway, she parks on like a parking garage, dents the fuck out of the helicopter. Helicopter was all fucked up. And then I don't remember what happened after that. But now I can say I had a dream about Cardi B flying my helicopter. What the fuck am I thinking about, man? Whatever. Skateboarding news, man. We rarely talk about skateboarding, and really we're not going to talk about skateboarding. I'm just going to assume a bunch of shit that I know nothing about. Tampa Pro was, a few days ago, last weekend? And I guess, I should have watched the video, because the video came out today explaining this story, and I haven't watched it. So I might be completely wrong about every single detail, but you know what? It's my podcast, and I'm allowed to say what I want to say. So, this kid goes to Tampa Pro, and he has a shirtless, a sign, like a pro wrestling sign. Tampa Pro is a big skateboarding competition. It's like a one of the biggest American skateboarding competitions. It's they claim it's like the last core competition, but then again, it's like sponsored like Nike and Gatorade and shit, so it's not at all core. You know, it's on like ESPN. So I don't know who told you guys that this was like an underground event, but it's on fucking ESPN. So I think I've heard enough about that shit. Anyways, this guy holds a sign of a shirtless guy playing with his nipples. And he put he photoshopped one of the skateboarders' heads onto this fat guy playing with his nipples. I don't really know the story behind it. I don't know like if it's funny or why it's funny. But I guess this guy has an online page where he just is a troll. And I looked at it, and most of it seems to be him talking shit on Andy Schrock's son, which that kind of made me like, things become less funny when you're just like talking shit on a fucking 6-year-old. But hey, that's just me. Then again, I've said some off-the-wall shit over the years, so maybe I'm not one to talk. So anyways, what happens is this guy holds up the sign, and he's trying to make a vlog or something. And I don't know exactly what happens, but Steve Barra, one of the main guys from the barracks, comes over, like yells at him and just talks shit, blah, blah, blah. They get in an argument and kicks him out. He paid for a ticket. He got kicked out. Sorry. And the kid posted about it online. Like, I got kicked out of Tampa just for fucking having a sign with some guy holding his nipples. And Steve Barra comes out, and I think like this guy is like oddly disconnected from the world. He tried to make it where he was like some type of like martyr. Like he's trying to save the sanctity of skateboarding. So he had to kick that kid out and teach him a lesson. And I'm reading through this story, and it's, you know, I love a good dramatic skateboarding story, but I'm reading through what's going on, and at the end of the day, I'm just like, well, you guys are both fucking stupid. This whole story's dumb. Like, you shouldn't have got kicked out for being funny. Steve Barra's goofy as fuck at all times. We all knew that. And he tried to do this thing where he was like, I felt like that guy. He held the sign when the other guy is skating, and he was just being a bully. And I'm like, oh, Steve Barra's calling people a bully? Isn't this the same guy that lied about Battle at the Barracks, lied about inviting people, and then didn't he say he was gonna have like John Hill like canceled or something? What a fucking weirdo. It's funny that people can go from being a dickhead to being the victim so quickly. And that's the vibe I got off of that whole situation. You know what? After the podcast, I don't have time to do it now, and I don't want to. We can watch the video of the guy that got kicked out made like a reaction video, or I don't know, dude. Like made like the vlog or something. We gotta check it out, because right now, to be honest, I'm talking about a bunch of shit that I don't know anything about. Speaking of people talking about shit they don't know anything about, let me explain something delicious. Pig's blood. A few days ago, I held up a bag with some red fluid, yelled yeehaw, and then drank the contents of the bag. Now, I know in a lot of countries, perhaps, they don't sell red wine in a bag, but here in America, they do. It comes in a box. If you take the box apart, it's a bag of wine. I had some Franzia sweet red wine. It was delicious. And I looked at the camera. I said, we got a bag of pig's blood. And then I drank the red wine and said yeehaw. And then I think I said some shit about Donald Trump. And I left that part of the video off of Instagram, because you know people's feelings get hurt whenever you mention the old DT. I would have started a huge debate for no reason, really. Can we talk about Donald Trump for a minute? Why do I still see this fool's name so often? It's just I'm on Tinder, right? And I'm trying to match with people and go on dates. I must have seen at least 50 times, like in the person's Tinder profile, I fucking hate Donald Trump. I'm just like, bro, it's been like years. Years have gone by. Stop thinking about him and just let him just fade away into obscurity. Quit. You're trying to date people and you're thinking about Donald Trump. No wonder you need Tinder. You're Donald Trump on the brain all the time. You need therapy. Oh shit. Okay, pig's blood. Okay, it was red wine, but I said it was pig's blood, and I was astounded at how many people thought that I literally on stream drank the blood of a pig. A lot of people did not realize it was a joke. I got some DMs like, dude, are you serious? I got some faces where like the throw up emoji. So right now we're going to set the record straight. I did not drink pig's blood. But if you donate $15,000, I will. Next story, In-N-Out. Okay, I'm gonna fuck up the details of this story because I don't have the article in front of me, which is because I'm dumb. It would only take a couple seconds to bring it up, but you know what? I'd rather freestyle this. An In-N-Out somewhere in the world got shut down because they refused to. I want to say California. It's got to be California, right? They refused. How do I say this? They're supposed to refuse service to anyone who's not vaccinated or something like that. Please, people in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong. They're supposed to check and make sure you've been vaccinated or else they won't serve you a hamburger. That's like the law, right? And I guess they just said, fuck you. Our burgers are delicious and we're going to give them to whoever's hungry. Whoever pays for a burger gets a burger. I thought this was America. That's basically what they said. And whatever local government came and shut them the fuck down. It's true. Someone shut down In-N-Out. An attack on our culture, as one of the memes said. So here's the thing. In-N-Out made a statement, and they basically just said, dude, fuck you. It's not our job. It's not our job to fucking check people's vaccinations. It's our job to cook burgers and serve them. You know, we pay taxes too. That's our job. And you know what? Most companies, most brands would their statement would be like, management has been fired. I have no idea what was going on at that store, and it will never, ever happen again. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. We're going to actually burn that In-N-Out down because we're going to reopen a new one next door because we're so disappointed. Most corporations would run in fear. They would immediately bow to the government and say, yes, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. How many Hail Marys must I say to serve burgers? And these fuckers just said, you know what? Fuck you. And I totally agree with that. I'm trying to say this. I want to be non-biased. Obviously, I have a pretty strong bias on this situation. But I want to try to approach this non-biased, like not about COVID, not about vaccination, not about any of that shit. Let me just explain this to you. Let me present it like this. I used to have a job where I repaired slot machines. Okay, cool. My job was to go to the store that had a broken slot machine. I fix it. I write a ticket. I write down what I did, and I go back to the shop, and then I'm good. Now, after a while, they started saying, okay, well, not only do you do that, now we're going to also have you go to the stores, and we're going to have you take out the money, bring it to the shop, count the money, and now you have to fill out the paperwork for how much the store gets paid and how much our company gets to keep. And I go, I mean, you only hired me for one thing. I guess I'll do two jobs. Then later, they said, not only are you doing that and that, we're also going to have you be an installer. Now you have to install and take out slot machines from different places. And I said, okay, that's a lot of extra work. And then they started saying, oh, and also you're going to have to fucking mop the floors. You're going to have to go in the back of the building and spray and clean all the slot machines. I go, you only hired me for some other stuff. And then on the fifth day, God said, you have to take the work van to the fucking store and convince them to fix the tire on credit, as in not pay for it. Like get on some payment plan for fixing our vehicle's fucking tire. I said, wait a minute, motherfucker. I'm doing 5 times the work I was hired to do. I'm going to need a raise. And I got it, right? It was fine. It was only like 50 cents. Doesn't matter. 50-cent raise? Cool. I got my goddamn raise. Probably should have asked for more. Now, I tell that story in that way because now In-N-Out has to go in there. They say, okay, everyone in In-N-Out has to wear masks. Okay, cool. I wasn't hired to wear a mask. Now I have to wear a mask. Okay, I have to make the burgers. Cool. To clean the place. Cool. I have to, every time someone stands up, I have to go spray down the seat with disinfectant, make sure COVID can't spread. Okay, cool. Now, the government is making me now do their job. Now I have to enforce their weird ass laws. I am now an In-N-Out employee, and I am also a federal fucking police officer now. No. You want In-N-Out to do the fucking government's job? To give them a $1 billion grant, because now now they're doing all this extra work for you, right? And it's under the guise of like, well, we have to keep people safe. All right, motherfucker, pay up. You care about the people so much, put your fucking money where your mouth is. It's not In-N-Out's job to be the police, to be the COVID police. It's In-N-Out's job to serve delicious patties. They chop the chilies, the little yellow, whatever, like the little banana peppers or whatever those are. They chop the chilies. Oh, the onions. Motherfucker, they will even wrap your sandwich in lettuce if you ask them to. They're doing enough. You want them to do the government's job? Pay these fools. Pay them. Pay the money. If they're doing more work, I don't know, man. Speaking of more work, dude, every time I eat a fucking McDonald's chicken sandwich, honestly, every single McDonald's chicken sandwich I've ever opened has made me want to lower minimum wage to $1 because it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling how distorted the image of the chicken sandwiches compared to the picture of it on the wall. I've gone on a rant on this before. I'm not going to make this a podcast about chicken sandwiches, but I find it very hard to believe that in this day and age, placing a chicken patty onto a bun and then putting another bun on top of it, when that becomes too hard for Americans, it's time. I can't wait for China to take over. I really can't. I can't wait. Ramen takes like 3 days to make, and it always comes out perfect. And these fools are working for fucking 8 cents an hour. Then we get fucking McDonald's where you can go to college. You can get like a college fucking sponsorship, and you can't figure out how to stack chicken in between 2 buns. It baffles me. It baffles me. I don't know how children are being made. Because if people fucked the way that McDonald's makes chicken sandwiches, we'd be extinct. It'd be over. You'd never be able. You'd never fit your dick in between the 2 buns. It would always be askew, and it blows my fucking mind. Jesus Christ, those fuckers, man. Oh, anyways, a lot of you guys don't know what In-N-Out is. It's a West Coast chain. I think they have a few like scattered throughout the U.S. Okay, all it is a burger place with fresh ingredients at a reasonable price. A lot of people make it seem like it's heaven in your mouth. It's not heaven in your mouth. It's just a basic burger, basic like smash burger, but they make the French fries in front of you from real potatoes. They crush the potatoes in front of you. You can watch them. You can make eye contact with them as they make the food, and you go, that's nice. And everyone in there looks nice. They make them dress up in these goofy fucking outfits. And you look at it and you go, a fresh, delicious meal for a reasonable price. That's nice. And speaking of minimum wage, In-N-Out pays their fucking employees a shitload of money. like a scary amount of money. That being said, they be working hard in there. Like, I don't think I could take it. Honestly, I don't think I could take it. Like, there's no time for a phone break. There's no time to look at your phone. There's no time to even, like, you are moving and grooving when you're working over there. And they keep it clean. Nice, clean establishment. Reminds me of like an old diner. If you guys can picture that. I'm sure a lot of you guys are in areas that may not have it now, but I'm sure you have an old diner. Imagine an old diner, but there's the parking lot is full and there's a line with 20 cars in the drive-thru. It's really gnarly. Okay. Quick side topic here. I watched a video the other day of someone cooking steak, and they put a little leaf of thyme on the steak. They gently placed the thyme leaf on the steak. Then they picked up the thyme leaf, flipped the steak, and put the thyme leaf on top of it. Basically, I honestly believe that if the thyme barely touches the steak, then you just did nothing. You know what I'd be doing? I put the thyme under the steak, so the hot cast iron pan, if I'm using a pan, the hot cast iron pan, it burns the thyme, and thyme has liquid in it, and the liquid has nowhere to go, so it pops. It literally pops flavor into the steak from the bottom. It's great. Venus Dietrap says, who doesn't make fries from actual potatoes? I have a feeling that there has never been a potato inside of a McDonald's. I don't think, unless you smuggled it in your asshole, I don't think there's ever been one in there. I think they probably get truckloads of like frozen fries. And also those fuckers, I heard they put sugar on the fries to keep kids addicted. That fucking asshole Ronald pissing me off. You know what? There's a lot of places that don't crush literally a potato and they break the potato in front of you. You can see the potato breaking into little fry shapes. It's great, man. So anyways, the time on the steak. I hate these cooking videos where they put time on steak. I've been getting really sick of this too. On Instagram, I see these little breakfast sandwich, these little viral breakfast sandwich little things where, you know, you put the egg in the pan and then you put the bread on, then you do origami in the fucking pan and then it turns out to be a breakfast sandwich. If I see one more, you piece of shit assholes, put ketchup on your breakfast sandwich, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. It's disgusting. Okay, let's talk about weed. We are really getting through. Let's talk about weed real quick. I got these weed vapes the other day. I got this weed vape. I got a battery now. I upgraded my weed intake, and I went to this really ghetto dispensary. This shit was like ducked off in the side of like a strip mall. It didn't even look like a dispensary. It's right in between like the computer repair place and a homeless shelter. I'm like, what the fuck kind of dispensary is this? I go in there, it's like, it's just as ghetto as I thought it would be. And I go in there, I get the weed. I tell the guy, I'm like, hey, I used to have this disposable pen. Now I want a pen that's not disposable. I want one I can reuse. And I need weed that's going to make me go to sleep. The guy goes, okay, perfect. Brings me out this shit. He says, buy 2, get the 3rd one free. All in all, I bought 3 carts. I think each cart is a half gram. And then I bought the battery, all for $100. Now, here's why this is a topic on the podcast. I took a picture of everything I bought. It was 3 cartridges and my battery and my the vape that I smoked the weed out of to help me sleep. I do that. I take a picture of it and fucking Instagram, dude. These motherfuckers. I simply write, I got this weed to help me go to sleep. I also paid $100 for everything in this picture. Will this help me sleep? Question mark. And did I get ripped off? Question mark. Let me explain to you something. Half of the responses said, those are the wrong cartridges. Those will never make you sleep. The other half said, those are the perfect cartridges. Those will definitely make you sleep. Another half said, you got a pretty good deal. Cartridges are about $25. Pretty good deal. The other half said, you got completely ripped off, idiot. You paid way too much. So in conclusion, Instagram knows nothing about weed. And admittedly, neither do I. So then I texted my homie Rye Dog. His girlfriend worked in a dispensary, a really nice one, like a name brand one. You know, there's different levels, not a ghetto one next to the office repair shop. So I asked her, she goes, oh, it's all about the terpenes. The terpenes? I don't know. It's all about like the additives they put in there. And she's like, oh, those are perfect. Those are great. You know, you're looking for this one. You're looking for lollapine and jabalazabine. And I'm like, okay, cool. So this will work. And she said, yeah, that'll work. And I'm like, $100 is a good deal. She said, that's about average. I'm like, oh, okay. So someone who I know and trust, who's been working at a dispensary for a year, you know, over a year, they told me what I needed to know. But when I presented that question to Instagram, every single response was completely contradicting each other. Now, arguably, you'd be like, well, you know what? Half those people don't know what they're talking about. I would say, I agree. And that's like, that's puzzling. It's puzzling to me because if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you should shut the fuck up. You should go, you know what? I don't know much about weed. I know a little bit here and there. I used to smoke. I smoke flower. I don't really know anything about vapes. I think I'll not respond. Nope. Some people just feel the need. Well, let me just tell Ninja that he's doing something wrong. Yep, that's the wrong one. You got ripped off and that weed's not going to work. It's probably fake. I got multiple DMs that said it was fake weed. I'm like, okay. Thank you, Instagram. I'm glad that I went to you guys for your infinite wisdom on the subject. Now, speaking of the weed, it definitely was real weed because I smoked it the other day on stream. And all I'm going to tell you guys is my potato chips ended up in the fridge. I became the most stereotypical high person. I became like a movie. I became completely stupid. I couldn't keep my like train of thought going. I just kept like drifting off into like forgetting what I was talking about. I went out in the backyard, tried to talk to some ants. And this is filmed because my backyard ant stream is live. So I'm trying to talk to the fucking ants, and I just can't think of what to say. They made me nervous. I'm like, what do I say to you guys? There's so many of you. So many people. Oh, stage fright. Picture them naked. They are naked. Oh, fuck, these ants. I'm just trying to talk to these ants, and I'm just like, I'm God. I clipped it, and I saved it. It's just me having a dumbass conversation with some ants. And went inside, put the fucking chips in the fridge for some reason. I did something else. Oh, I went on my Discord and I wrote, my backbone is high. I felt like my spine was like, felt like my spine got high. Like my upper back's like wow, wow, wow. I was like, dude, this is great. I am the stereotypical weed guy. Now, again, I don't smoke the weed for recreation. My first thought was I could never drive. If I was high right now, I would never get behind the wheels of a car. I would much rather be on alcohol and meth than ever try to drive. Alcohol, meth, hydrocodone, Oxycontin, Adderall, and heroin. I would do all those and drive before I would ever try to drive off what I smoked 2 nights ago, because I was fucked up, and I would have killed myself and several other small children, I'm sure. But it did help me sleep, and I'm really happy about it. Now let me share something with you guys. Last night I was hungry. Okay, 2 things. I went to this restaurant, a bar/restaurant. I went in there and I said, you know what? I need to eat. I know I'm going to be doing some serious heavy drinking tonight. I need a meal, but nothing too big, because if my stomach gets full, I'm going to have a bellyache once I start drinking. So I see it says Thursday special, avocado BLT with fries. I go, oh, that's going to be light. It's going to be filling. It's going to be light. BLT, avocado, cheese, bacon and lettuce, obviously. And I go there and I see on the paper it says this deal ends at 5. It was like 8 p.m. So I'm like, I go to the kitchen. I'm like, hey, dude, I know this says it ends at 5. And it's 8 o'clock now. Can I still get a BLT with avocado? He goes, nope, can't do it. I'm like, fuck. What? You can. You are capable of doing it. I know that the avocados did not run away. I know that there's bacon in this kitchen somewhere, and cheese, don't get me started, and lettuce. Oh, I know you got some lettuce, you piece of shit. But anyways, he's like, I can't do it. Can't do it. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go over there, I say, you know what, dude? He can't make me a BLT, so I get the regular non-special menu, the non-lunch menu. And I say, you know what? I'll get a grilled cheese. And you know what I'll fucking do, bitch? I'll get a grilled cheese with bacon. Put bacon on the grilled cheese, only costs $1 extra. This is going to be great. It's going to be like filling. I'm going to get like some protein, some greasiness, some fries come on the side. The shit comes out, no bacon, just a grilled cheese. This motherfucker. I think he purposely just he would do everything in his power to keep me away from my dream of a BLT. He went as far as to take away the B from my grilled cheese. You piece of shit. I can't believe that shit. I went to the bar is separate from the kitchen. So I went to the bar and I said, hey dude, let me pay for my meal now and take off the extra charge for bacon, because I didn't get bacon. And the bartender looked at me, she goes, for real? You wanted a BLT and he said no, and then you wanted a bacon and cheese and he took away the bacon? And I'm like, yup. So then I got $1 off, and I think she gave me a free drink too. So that was the thing. Now you may be wondering, especially you ladies in the chat, why I didn't go and bring it to the kitchen and say, hey, you forgot my bacon. Well, it's because I'm a man and I didn't want to. Something about me wanting to be polite. Women will do some shit like this. They will immediately say, hey, excuse me, remake this shit. But I didn't want to waste the food. Plus, I can still eat it. It's still edible. Grilled cheese. Oh, French fries. Yummy, delicious. I could have been like, hey, let me get the bacon. Like, just give me 2 pieces of fucking bacon on the side. I should have said that, but I didn't. I didn't want to start any problems. I feel like I already upset this man asking the enormous favor of combining bacon, lettuce, and tomato. I had already gotten on his bad side for asking for a simple meal at a place that serves food. I don't know what I was thinking. So I was like, I was already like not like, I didn't want to be a burden, right? So anyways, I remember over the years, like it's mainly an Olive Garden thing. Every time I've taken a chick to Olive Garden, they fuck something up, like something basic. They like something simple, like or like a bar food. I asked for chicken fingers, you gave me chicken wings. I'll just eat the chicken wings. I don't really care. Same price, I'll just eat them. But women, you give them the wrong shit, they're like, nope. Hey, come back. What is Henry? Is it? This is not a chicken wing. This is a chicken fucking finger. The wing is over here on the chicken. The finger is right here. This is a chicken finger. This is a chicken wing. You got the wrong one. And to be fair, I advocate these people writing this shit down. All right? Put a big W for Wumbo, and that means chicken wing, and then put a fucking tender, a T for tender. Nice and tender. Motherfuckers, man. But anyways, I didn't say anything. It's just, I think it's a womanly thing to like, it's not a big deal, right? You just want what you paid for, but that's also one of the most evil things you can say. Excuse me, I just want what I paid for. And of course, if you work in food, you're just like, yeah, I know you do, but you don't have to be a dick. So whatever. I just made a whole podcast topic about a grilled cheese that served no purpose. I ate the fucking grilled cheese. I was happy. I had a wonderful night. And I'm going to do the same tonight. I don't know what I'm going to eat, though. I'm getting hungry already. That's all I got for the podcast, guys. I was going to talk to you guys about Amazon scams, but maybe we'll talk about that another time because we have gone over the limit of our podcast for the first time in a long time. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Give me a hell yeah in the chat if you're still here chatting around, lurking around. If you missed this podcast, you can always catch the repeat of this podcast on iTunes, Podbean, and on YouTube. That comes out Sunday morning, just in time for you to watch it on Monday if you have a long drive to work or if you work in a warehouse. I know we got some warehouse people listening right now with the earbuds on. It comes out on Sunday, so you can listen to it on Monday. So hope you got some laughs out of this. Let's shout out to Love My Toe, iBook Boy, Infamy, Ron, stop it. I Love Rain, Venus, Die Traps, King Eth. Hope you guys all have a great weekend. I could have swore there was something else I wanted to promote here. Oh yes, the aunts. The channel twitch.tv/backdoor_aunts, AUNTS, aunts, is it goes down a lot, but it's supposed to be a 24-hour stream of some ants in my backyard. I feed them honey, and they are some hard-working ants. So if you want a nice peaceful thing to watch, Backdoor Aunts, don't Google it. Do not Google it. I made that mistake already. Do not Google it, especially if you're on the school computer, because it's not going to be pretty. You can you can definitely check it out, and the ants are cool. Also, twice in the past 5 days, something interesting has happened in the background of the ants, right? The other day, there was an actual fight. Two of my friends got in a physical fight in my backyard, broke the fuck out of my grill, and the only witness was the ants. And guess what? It was streaming live. You can't see the fight, but you can hear the noises of a fight in my backyard. So it's also peaceful. You can hear planes go by. Sometimes you can hear like Mexican music from my neighbors. It's a great stream if you just want some nice peaceful background noise when you're studying. Twitch.tv/backdoorants. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We do this podcast every single Friday right here on Twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. Follow if you're not following already, and I appreciate all the support from you guys. Please give me money. Sometime this week, we're going to be breaking a table. I'm going to choke slam someone through a table. So follow on Twitch if you're not. And if you don't have any money to give me, that's fine. Tell a friend about the podcast. I would greatly appreciate that. You guys have a wonderful night, wonderful weekend. Don't drink too much, but also don't drink too little. I got me some pig's blood. Yeah! Wow, 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 wow.